The LSU Tigers are supposed to be in the national title mix every year, but ever since we saw one of the best college football teams ever in 2019, it feels like the Tigers can't get back over the hump to become one of the truly elite teams in the country. The bar for them is set at 10 wins. That is what they will most likely need to get into the newly expanded college football playoff. Let's jump right in and talk about their offense. LSU finished number 1 in the nation in total offense last year. One thing that we know about Brian Kelly is that his offenses tend to do big things. And it's going to be very hard to repeat what they did last year without Jaden Daniels. Garrett Nussmeier is a veteran quarterback who has some big shoes to fill. He might not be as mobile as Jaden Daniels, but he's a pretty good passer who can really spread the ball around. If LSU wants to make the college football playoff this year, he is going to have to be really, really good. LSU is also going to have to find a way to replace their elite wide receivers that they lost in the draft this year. They lost Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, so that puts the pressure on Kyron Lacey, who was their third string last year. He's going to have to do a lot more this year. They received Liberty transfer CJ Daniels, who is coming off of a huge season where he averaged over 19 yards per catch with 10 touchdowns last year. They also have Chris Hilton, who's more of a deep threat, and Mason Taylor, who's more of a short-range target. Jaden Daniels was the team's leading rusher last year. But in terms of running backs, they're going to have a combination of guys back there. Josh Williams, Kalen Jackson, John Emery. But the reason this combination might be so effective is because their offensive line is going to be so good. It might be the team's best position group. Will Campbell could be the top offensive tackle off the board in the NFL draft next year. Emory Jones is another top NFL prospect, and he's on the right side of the line. Let's talk about their defense now. And I think we have to start by talking about how poor their run defense has been under Brian Kelly. It gave up over 2,000 rushing yards in each of the last 2 years. I honestly think that the key to a 10-win season for them is to stop the run. In 2023, LSU went 10-1 when allowing fewer than 6 yards per carry, and they went 0-2 when they gave up more. Hopefully this gets fixed this year. They got Blake Baker from Missouri to be the new defensive coordinator, so we're just going to have to see what he does. Their defensive line is going to be huge this year. 2 of them are over 300 pounds, and then another one is a 6'6", 280-pound end who can hold his own. This is a line that should be able to stop the run like they need to. Hopefully the defensive backs get their stuff together as well, because last year the pass defense was the second worst in the SEC. They got Jardin Gilbert from Texas A&M, and they have a few guys coming back. They have one freshman, PJ Woodland, who should be a factor right away. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with LSU this year. Comment down below if you think it's possible that this team can even hit 10 wins. Thank you guys so much for watching.